people. And there he is. Look at this ancient soul talking about high school students.
Oh,
Hey,
what's
David.
going on?
Hello, it's great to be back.
Yeah, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So I don't know what happened on the other account. I have it updated. It's just I joined on my business account. Apparently, it didn't work. So
Hey, man, there's two people. Like, if I was accountable for everything my father said or IG does, man, I'd be in trouble. So we're all good. And that probably holds true for your dad too, buddy. Anyway, give me an idea of Tridoshus, and then I know you got a question for Brian and I.
yeah, so we're an online well-being company that focuses on living in balance through an Ayurvedic lifestyle. David, I think you did an interview with Sadhguru. So are you familiar with Ayurveda at all?
Oh, I'm very, very familiar, and I think Brian is as well.
Nice. Yeah. So we focus on the three doshas, which are the three greater elements. That's the air element, the fire element, and the water element, also known as Vata, Pitta, Kapha. The air element controls like our thoughts, the fire is like our actions for our transformation, and then the water element is like our grounding and how we reflect on things. So my question for you guys is that do you guys keep those in balance to be successful, or do you guys have other methods of being successful? Because I think that it's helped me a lot and it's helped other people. So I'm just wondering, David, if it's something that it's in your life.
Yeah, I'll go first on this one and let B contemplate the deep depth of Ayurvedic philosophy, spirituality, and medicine. So for me, I look at what I'm in control of. So, within the context of air, fire, and water is the control of, number one, our mindset. And so we are control and give meaning to everything we see. We are in control of our heart set. That's where the fire comes from. The heart set of how we feel about things. And the subconscious mind only deals with how we feel about things. It doesn't have the conscious, pragmatic new day resolutions or new minute revolutions as a breakthrough when Brian has taught me my breakthrough and beyond of the day. But more importantly, we also have control of our handset, and this is, what we're doing activity wise. So I utilize in conjunction or reconcile with the mind, the body, the soul, the understanding of the mindset, the heart set, and the handset. That also is relative to the more ancient and relevant air, fire, and water. B, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so I absolutely use these types of thought processes. I don't always do it through the air, fire, and water, literally in terms of like those terms, but as it relates to action and control and intent and all of the areas that Dave just dropped fire on, I am absolutely aligned with. Now, I do believe that whatever we call it, air, fire, and water, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, right? Whether it's heart set, mindset, like genuinely, whatever we call it, I do believe that there is a synchronicity and an integration as it relates to how all of these energies actually overlap in this world. I don't believe that they're mutually exclusive. I think that we need an integrated approach to how we see the world, again, whether it's through air, fire, and water, whether it's through mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And I think the more time goes on, the more I start to realize that when we get ourselves to center, I would tell you that the water element is the one that I often am focused on most right now, which is really focusing on removing resistance and energy drain from my world, coming back to what I call neutrality and center through whether it be breath work, meditation, or other types of practices. Because what I recognize is the more we move through this world, the more we can actually exist in the polarities if we allow ourselves to. We can be in the extremes, one side or the other, right? That's why we get polarization and politicization. That's why we get separation. That's why we get negative charges and positive charges. But what if we just removed the label around the energy that we're experiencing? Whether we put it as good or bad, let's just call it extreme. It could be on one side or the other. But if our goal is to really understand, how do I leverage these two coexisting polarities and actually bring myself back into the center? The gift is in the gray area more often than not. And so I absolutely apply these practices in my life.
I'm dying to add this real quick. Labels are for shampoo. I learned that last week.
That's a good one.
Labels are for shampoo. That's it. Don't worry about it. Suchin, I got a question for you, because obviously you're an old soul. Your business at such a young age is an enlightened business of over 5,000-year-old tradition and education. Brian and I were discussing, the audience and being able to communicate effectively with our audience, that sometimes we may be a bit too fast or a bit too much or a bit too elevated for some of our audience. And I couldn't imagine, how old are you, Suchin?
I'm 15.
Yeah,
What?
you're 15. Yeah. So
I knew you were young, but I didn't see that coming.
yeah, I figured so, you know, how do you communicate with your friends? Because I am sure that you have the same feeling that Brian and I get sometimes in the rooms that we're in, that you feel separate or alone or misunderstood, or, especially when you're 15, people may actually call you names or label you. They don't label me and Brian anymore because we're too old. They've given up on labeling us. They just ignore us or attack us, but they don't label us.
And if they do, they just put us in the crazy bucket. And I'm okay owning that. So
yeah. I couldn't have owned it at 15 though. I'd have went home crying.
I couldn't have at 15, not at all.
Yeah, I went home crying to my mom, going, "Nobody likes me." Mikey says he's 15, going on 75. Yeah, 75 lifetimes or 75 million lifetimes. Anyway, Suchin, how do you deal with that separation from other 15-year-olds? Because I guarantee 15-year-olds don't get you. Not all of them.
Yeah, well, when I first started, I've already been doing this since I was like in elementary school. I used to sell candy to my friends at school, right?
I love that. Yes.
Yeah, candy and toys. When fidget spinners were a thing, I used to sell those around and for a lot
fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. 15-year-old hustler right here. I love it.
Yeah, so after that, I launched an eBay store and was selling tech that my family wasn't using anymore. And that's when I really started, actually going on social media and promoting myself. And a lot of other people, I don't think I get called names or people feel like they're separate from me. They actually want to do what I do, so they look up to me. My high school newspaper featured me, so people like it. There are always going to be haters or people that's going to say you don't really know what you're doing, or I don't know why you're doing this, or hate comments.
If someone tells you that, you disagree with them. Because there's no way we know what we're doing. So that's good. Say thank you for recognizing the fact that I don't take myself so seriously. I'm just doing my best, learning lessons and having fun. How about you?
Yeah.
So what I just heard very clearly from you, Suchin, and I'm hoping that every single person watching this can extract the wisdom that just flowed out of you. The reality of it is what you just articulated with absolute conviction and clarity is who you are. And because you are centered in who you are focusing on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And because you are centered, you become the magnet and you're actually attracting people into your world. I'll tell you, when I was 15, I was not centered in who I was. And so my magnet it had reverse polarity. And I actually probably pushed people away from me because I didn't understand who I was, nor did I understand how to interact with those folks. But because you're centered in who you are, you even just said it. No, they actually look up to me. They're drawn to your natural energy, wisdom, and charisma. That is a beautiful thing, and I hope you keep leaning into that, brother.
Yeah, me too. I'm so proud of you, man, and anything Brian and I can do to help you. Check out tridoshas.com. Really reconciling an ancient truth with today's lifestyle with Vata, Pitta, Kapha, better known as air, fire, and water, utilizing the tridoshas in order to create happiness and well-being. I appreciate you, Suchin. Thank you also for starring in our TV show, which will be coming on Bloomberg on 2 Minute Drill. We can't give up all the goods, but this guy brought it, as you probably can imagine. So I'm not giving up anything other than the fact that come watch a 15-year-old pitch in 2 Minute Drill. He brings it like you can't imagine. I had the same reaction when he told me he was 15. So thank you, my brother.
I will be watching, and thank you for letting me learn from you.
Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
Is your name Brian? I don't think I've met you yet. I gotta talk to you soon. So
yeah, I'm Brian Bogert, brother.
At
follow
Brian
me, man.
Bogert.
Shoot me a DM. Anything I can do to help you, man. I love your energy, and I can tell you've already got momentum. So, bro, seriously, let's go.
Will do. Yeah, let's do it.
LFG. Have a great holiday, man. New daily resolutions coming your way. All right, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy. The great Suchin. Make sure I gotta be careful not to remove Brian.
I wish I was that centered at 15.
Yeah, I was too busy pushing this girl that I loved away from me, who is now my wife. So she hated me then. I
Yeah,
guess throwing eggs and calling her ugly wasn't a good way to get her.
but you figured out how to turn that polarity back to you, brother, because she's stuck to you now, and she's one of the best things that ever happened to you, bro.
The best thing. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I am so blessed, and she's convinced she's going to